And a good Saturday afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the JAKIB Sports Network as we broadcast to you and bring you Eastern University football on a Saturday afternoon. And the Eastern Eagles are on the road along with my partner, Warren Schmidt, and, of course, the Coach B, Coach Bernie Nowatarski. I'm Joe Krause. Game underway in Lebanon Valley College as the game is up and running here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Krause, great to be here. Beautiful day. Both teams are 1-0 in the MAC. It's going to be a really, really good game here. Glad weather's not going to play any part of this game. Beautiful day for a game. Let's go Eastern.
So Eastern won the toss, and then they deferred to kick off. So they'll get possession of the football in the second half. Lebanon Valley will start. They'll start first down and 10. Bernie, we didn't get a chance to cover in the pregame show some of your keys for Eastern going up. You know this coaching staff for LVC, some of the keys that Eastern's going to have to do on defense.
I think they're going to go right back to what they did last year when we played. You're going to get a heavy dose of LVC run and then mixing in some pass, and they did hit us with some trick plays last year. Going to be important for our defense to establish themselves.
All right, so Lebanon Valley in possession of the football on a second down. That pass falls incomplete. We'll get you up to date on the lineups and everything else as the game rolls on, as we are perched up inside the press box. Visibility is not great. We cannot see the scoreboard. So we'll do our best on down markers and on yardage to go. Right now, it is third down and about 5 for the Flying Dutchmen. We'll see if Eastern can get a big stop here. Their quarterback keeps the football. He gets off, and he turns the corner on the right-hand side, and he does pick up enough. And it's good, Warren, for a first down that the Lebanon Valley convert on the 3rd and 5.
Yeah, during the coaches show this week on Thursday, Coach Crocker was talking about this offense. Their quarterback is really good. They have 3 quarterbacks that interchange, but their running back's going to be a guy they need to stop. But they need to protect that sideline there and not let the quarterback get outside.
So first down and 10 now for the quarterback, Loman Klitsch, who's out of the gun. He pitches the football to number 26, who guns to the short side of the field as they move left to right. It'll bring up a second down for the Dutchmen here. Early stages, opening quarter. Eastern in the white jerseys with the burgundy pants and the burgundy helmets. The Eagles come into this football game 2-0 and game 2 of the MAC, 2-0 overall. They'd love to get out of here with a win today. Second down. Now Klitsch takes a shot down the field. He's got a man, and that pass is, did he get it? It looks like he did. And a good shot from the quarterback, Byrne. He made a great catch in front of his own bench down around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, the receiver did that on his own. He was blanket covered. He came back to the ball with a little underthrown. Good football play. Alex
Vassallo, number 4, on the reception. So a first down and 10 from the Eastern 30-yard line. Number 2 on the carry for LVC on a first down carry for the Dutchmen. Andrew Campbell on the stop. Avery Grimes on the carry for LVC. Gain of 1, second down and 9. Opening quarter, big shot from Klitsch to number 4, Vassallo, and they are in scoring position. They're down on the eastern side of the midfield. They're down at the 29-yard line of the Eagles, and now we have a whistle down on the field.
It was a referee's timeout. I don't know what for, but they're talking about it.
Bear with us again if you're listening and watching to on the JAKIB Sports Network. It's Lebanon Valley College and Eastern. There's a timeout on the field. We're going to try and set the table for you here. We're perched up high in the press conference or in the press box, working off a couple of tomato cans to bring you the audio. So we'll work through that as the game rolls on. But along with Warren Schmidt, I'm Joe Krause. They take possession of the opening drive and now are down inside the Eastern 29-yard line. Following the timeout, they'll have a second down and 9.
Yeah, Krause, just great job for getting on air. We had some issues, obviously, technically, but great job. We know there's a lot of parents all over the country listen to this broadcast for their kids. And I'll tell you, to set the stage here, what a great atmosphere it is at LVC, Lev Val College. The tailgaters are all around the fence with tents and tailgating. It's just really a great atmosphere for college football here. And Eastern's defense has been playing really well this year. That last play, 2 plays ago, TJ Olsen had great coverage. That's just a great football player, as Coach said.
That's what the stoppage was. TJ was down hurt and is off to the side. We don't know how serious, but that's who went down.
So 2nd down and 9 for Klitsch and the offense. Opening possession of the game here on a Saturday afternoon as we broadcast up in Annville, Pennsylvania. 2nd down and 9, left to right for the Dutchmen. Klitsch out of the gun. Now he rolls to his left. Now he's going to tuck the football and keep the football. And good swarming defense that time by Eastern as Klitsch looked, Bernie, like he was going to dump the football off out into the flat. He tucked it, and Eastern did a great job.
He also had a pitch man available for the run. But what it's telling you is our coverage is really well if the quarterback's keeping the ball.
So 3rd and 9. For Klitsch in the offense, he's again in out of the gun. Grimes to his right. Now he rolls, dropping, fires, and his pass is too high, and that pass is incomplete. Adam Acker, number 0, just not there. Too high for him to get it, and that'll bring up a 4th down, and it looks like Lebanon Valley will come in and attempt a field goal.
Great job by the defense, bending but not breaking, right, Coach? I mean, that's what you want to see in your defense. But that play before, Salif Nakeem, the defensive end, kept outside contained. They came in and swarmed the tackle on that quarterback. Great job by the defense to force a potential field goal here. Long field goal, too.
This is an interesting distance.
Brian Dim, number 98. Standing on his 39, snap down, kick up. Does he have the distance? And he does not. He has the distance, but it's wide right. And Eastern escapes on that opening possession. And the Flying Dutchmen come away with no points. Eastern will take over 1st down and 10 on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon for college football. And starting in at quarterback for Eastern today is Sabor Stevens. He will start at quarterback. Brett Knapp is not in. We'll keep you updated on whether or not Knapp touches the field. He's ready to go. We saw him in warm-ups, but Sabor Stevens will line up. He'll line up out of the gun. He'll have a 1st and 10. He'll have a Avrillian to his left. They give us to Jeremiah Avrillian, who crosses over the 30-yard line. It's a couple of yards for Jeremiah as they move right to left here in their opening possession of the game.
And Jeremiah last week had 187 yards. Brett Knapp had 121 yards. I think 387 total. They're going to need to rely on Jeremiah Avrillian, 2-time MAC Player of the Week. First 2 weeks, Player of the Week both weeks.
So 2nd down now for Eastern. Stevens out of the gun. Now the sweep. Jet sweep for Eastern. That's Nasik Smith, and he runs towards us away from the Eastern sideline. Not much there, but he does pick up positive yardage. It'll bring up 3rd down.
I still like that play call by Nate Hinkle. I like them using that jet sweep with Nasik Smith. He's going to bust one open today.
So 3rd down, call it 5 to go for Eastern. Opening possession, 1st quarter, no score. Sabor Stevens in at quarterback. He's in out of the gun. Avrillian is left. Dropping, firing. Pass is complete, but out of bounds. They give it to him. Yes, they did. As Justin Nicolopoulos brings it in, steps out of bounds, but he picks up the sticks and he picks up the 1st down.
Great pitch and catch there with Sabor Stevens and Justin. I think Sabor is going to do a lot better than he did last week. Actually, last week he had a great 11-play drive, which was very, very key in last week's drive or last week's game. But Sabor having the whole week of practice, I think he's going to have a really good game.
1st down and 10 for Stevens. Avrillian will line up to his right. Right to Avrillian. Now Stevens is going to throw. He looks downfield, and then instead he goes over to the sideline, and Smith has it. And Nasik Smith busts the tackle, and he crosses over the 45-yard line, gets down to the 41. Good enough for another Eastern first down.
Terrific move after catching the ball. He picked up another 5 or 6 yards with a little jump step.
So first down and 10, right back up to the line goes the offense. Now Smith comes across in motion. He'll line up on the right in front of us. They give us to Avrilian. Jeremiah tries to bounce to the outside. He stays on his feet. He crosses over the 40. Jeremiah Avrilian, before he's knocked up out of bounds, stopped down there around the 38-yard line.
One thing we all love to see about Jeremiah Avrilian, and I know Coach says this all the time, is his yards after contact, his initial contact, how he bumps off these defensive linemen and gets extra yards. It's just great to see, and how he hits the hole. He's just a very special player, very special running back.
So second down for Stevens and the offense. Stevens in, out of the gun. He'll be there all day. Give to Avrilian. Now Avrilian tries to get up between the tackle and the guard. Short gain. Does get positive yardage. It'll bring up third down. What do you see, Bern, as you look at the offensive set?
I would think Jeremiah is going to touch the ball 25 to 30 times today. The one key is, though, Sabor's got to keep one of those to keep the defense honest.
So third down, call it a long 2 yards for the Eastern offense, opening possession of the game. Stevens, back to Jeremiah Avrilian. Avrilian bangs forward. He keeps the legs moving. Jeremiah picks up the first down as he gets down over the 30-yard line, down to the 29, and that is enough for an Eastern first down.
And, Coach, when you're a coach and you know they're running the ball and they can still run the ball on you, that offensive line is doing their job. They are moving guys around, hitting that hole for Jeremiah Avrilian, let him open that hole, and he's running through it. Great job by the offensive line of creating these holes for Jeremiah Avrilian.
He always falls forward at the end of the play.
So first down and 10 for Stevens. 3 receivers set to his right, short side of the field. Stevens pass, fires. Smith has it. Short gain on the pitch and catch. Hit immediately. Pass is complete. It'll bring up second down.
And those are all just good confidence builders for Sabor. Get those easy throws in there. And Nate Hinkle's doing a great job with play calling on this offensive drive. Get Sabor into the game, get him confident, and so far he's playing real confidently in that backfield as a quarterback.
We thank everybody for tuning in to the live broadcast today. Bear with us as we work through the audio and everything else. Here from Arnold Field, opening possession for Eastern. Now Stevens, little screen pass is complete, and that is number 15 for Eastern. And Rivera gets good positive yardage. He was patient, Bern. He let it play out in front of him, picks up another first down.
He really is secretly one of the best players on this team. I mean, he's just a silent worker. Every time he touches the ball, it's something positive. I love the kid.
So picks up a first down. So it'll be first down and goal for Eastern. Knocking on the door, good-looking drive for Sabor, Stevens, and the offense. Again, moving from our right to left. Opening quarter. Stevens out of the gun. Avrilian to his left, fakes the pitch, fires into the end zone, and it is picked off in the end zone. I didn't see an Eastern receiver anywhere near the football, picked off by number 17 for LVC. And it's a turnover for Eastern. Boy, you hate to see that.
The receiver was in the back of the end zone, but there were 3 defenders in front of him. That was just a bad read. I think he wanted that pass no matter what he saw.
Carter Faust, number 17, made the stop for LVC. And that long drive by Sabor, Stevens, and the offense ends with no points up on the board. Second possession now for the Dutchmen as they start deep down in their own territory, down at the 16-yard line. Following the interception, it'll be a first down and 10 for that offense. Joe Funk, number 27 on the carry for the Dutchmen.
So I'm going to take the positive out of that drive. That's a nice, long, sustaining drive. Let the defense rest, get some Gatorade, instill their will. Obviously, bad decision by Sabor there. He needs to push the refresh button, but the defense is playing really well. They're getting a lot of hats on this running back. It's what they're going to need to do all day.
Give Funk 4 in the carry. Call it second down and 6. Klitsch, the quarterback, back. He's got a intended receiver downfield, intended for number 0, Adam Acker. He was open, split the defender's burn, but the quarterback missed him.
Yeah, he split the safety in the corner, and he just threw it too long. That was his own coverage on it, and he split it.
Good to see TJ Austin back out there, number 9. I know he went out the last drive, but he's back in there at left corner. 5:38 left in the quarter.
So third down for Klitsch in the offense. Out of the gun, pass fires, and pass is incomplete. Intended for number 13, Ethan Hasey, and that falls incomplete, and it'll bring up a fourth down.
You know, we talked about on the coaches show, Keita Crispina, his defensive backs, as Dr. Kenton Sparks said, they're playing sticky, and they are. They are right in the back pocket of all these receivers, and that bodes really well for this defense.
So Eastern will receive the punt off the fourth down. Justin Nicolopoulos will stand back at his own 40-yard line. He's always looking for a return. Let's see how it plays out. Following the stop, the punt. Nicolopoulos comes up for a fair catch, and he stops out down at the 47-yard line of Eastern, and that is where the offense will take over with their second possession of the game.
Great job by the defense. Coach, what do you always preach? Bad turnover? What do you want your defense to do? Get a 3 and out, and that's what they did. Great job by the defense. Fortunate punt. Good job by Justin Field on that. And to Bernie's point before about Rivera, he's also a kick returner, and he is a dynamic player, just like Justin is. A lot of these receivers are, but Rivera, they need to try to get 15 more involved in this game.
So Eastern will start their second possession, 1st and 10. Again, Sabor Stevens is your quarterback. Avrilian. The give is to Jeremiah Avrilian. He goes straight up and he bangs on his feet. And again, Jeremiah Avrilian crosses midfield. He crosses the 45-yard line. Good hard run for Jeremiah. Picks up the first down.
I was going to say earlier in that last drive, just keep it simple. Don't overthink it and keep moving the ball.
1st down and 10. Sabor. Back to Jeremiah Avrilian again. Avrilian spins his way, still on his feet, crosses over the 35, picks up 9, 2nd down and 1 for Eastern. Good run. That's Jeremiah Avrilian again, and boy, is he running hard.
And you know what? Coach Nate Hinkle is going for he wants them going quick, right? They're not even huddling up. They're just going right quick because they're running the ball on these guys. We got an injured player, LVC guy, and I think that's just one of those things you take a knee because they're getting run on.
So 2nd down, you're listening to Eastern University football across the JAKIB Sports Network. We're glad you're with us here on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon. Opening quarter from Arnold Field in Annville, Pennsylvania. A big game for the Eastern Eagles. They won a week ago at home. They're on the road today. They're on the road next week. They want to get a win against LVC. They did not have success against LVC a year ago. They want to get a big win today.
Oh, it would be a signature win. Obviously, LVC is a really good program, been around a long time. To beat them here would be a good signature win, and to go 3-0 and head up the Kings would be huge.
So the injured player for LVC is walking off under his own power. Good to see. 2nd down, Avrilian on that 1st down carry. Picks up 9, 2nd down and 1. Stevens in at quarterback. Nab on the sideline, dressed, ready to go, not playing. Avrilian will step 2 yards to the right of Stevens. Stevens gives to Jeremiah. And Avrilian picks up the 1st down as he crosses the 30, gets down to the 29-yard line. Good hard running up between the tackles, Burn, and he picks up the 1st down.
This might be the same players for Eastern from last year, but it sure isn't the same team. We are a much, much improved team and have to be reckoned with in the MAC.
I mean, just look at Dom Franks in there. Key block, kick him out. That's what you want to see in your big tight end.
So 1st down and 10, second possession for the Eagles on the move, moving our right to left. Football on the 30-yard line of the Flying Dutchman. Stevens gives the football again. This time they get to Jeremiah Avrilian. He does pick up a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Johnson will come in to spell Avrilian. 2nd and 9 for Eastern. 3:40 remaining opening quarter. Here across the JAKIB Sports Network, we're glad you're with us. Now Johnson back behind Stevens. Stevens gives the football to Johnson. And Johnson's free. And he banks free. And a big straight arm. And he's knocked out of bounds. But a big run. Curtis Johnson. And a big game for Eastern.
That's the 1-2 punch Coach Bernie and I talk about all the time that Eastern has. They have two running backs that are really, really good. Great run there by Curtis Johnson. They are instilling their will. This offensive line is playing really well. Great job there. Great run by Curtis Johnson.
He's a different runner than a Brilliant. There's a little more speed in it, but he still has the same power, using the straight arm, using the side hop. It's just a different type of runner, but they're hitting him with the 1-2. And if Brett's in there, then you got all three.
If you're listening and watching us on YouTube or you're listening across the JAKIB Sports Network, we certainly hope that we are delivering the audio in a way that can be consumed. We had a failure with our equipment. We lost everything, but with the help of the LVC broadcast crew, we're pushing out this football game on a couple of tomato cans from perched up inside the press conference or up inside the press box. But good to be here on what is a gorgeous day for football. Game 3, Warren, of the season. One game at a time, as Coach Billy Crocker said on the Coach's Show on Thursday.
Well, first off, Krause, I don't know how you got us on. With it 5 minutes ago, you guys were almost going to be listening to the LVC guys.
And they're good guys.
They're great guys, and they're one of the best broadcast crews in the MAC besides the Eastern crew. But I'll tell you, that was really nice of those guys. But they got us up and running. I'll tell you, what a great game so far. Of course, we're up here, and Joe's now drinking his hot tea with honey. His voice is going a little bit from all his Eagles stuff that he also does, his other Eagles stuff we do. But I'll tell you, Eastern's offense has come out here and really, Coach, instilled their will. They got Don Franks talking really well, and then also our other guy, Dylan Weathers, at fullback.
And number 5, Brett Knabb, is now checked into the game. So Knabb is in.
I think it's just a different look. So Moore's been playing well. Now you have three guys that can run the ball in. I like the change up for Nate Hinkle. He's definitely making the LVC defensive coordinator work hard.
Good to see the LVC kick it off the field. Absolutely.
So Johnson was run up out of bounds at the 4-yard line. It'll be a 1st and goal. Brett Knabb, the quarterback, now in, replaces Stevens. He's in out of the gun. He stands just inside the 10-yard line. Knabb, he's going to keep the football. He tries to run to the right side. They go to Knabb immediately. Nothing there, Coach. They shut him down.
It went empty backfield spread, and that's a perfect setup for Brett to keep it. But they also brought that jet motion across, so you do have to think about the handoff.
So it'll be 2nd down and goal for Eastern. Johnson is in. He'll line up directly behind Knabb. Here comes Johnson. Johnson busts forward. Does he get in?
Touchdown.
He does. Curtis Johnson into the end zone. Touchdown, Eastern. Touchdown, Eagles.
Great drive by the offense. It just hats off to the offensive. They were down here before. They had a bad read, turnover. Defense comes in, 3 and out, force a punt, and then Eastern goes all the way down and scores. Huge touchdown there to score first here against LVC.
Now Eastern will line up for the extra point. Nolik is in. He's been strong all year so far. Snap, down, hold, kick, up from Nolik, and the kick is good. And there is a flag down. And so the point will convert, and Eastern will take a 7-point lead. John Nolik converts, and it's 7 for Eastern. No score for the Flying Dutchman, plus the penalty flag for hitting Nolik after the boot.
Great. John's been having a great year. Great to see him get up. He actually got hit on his plant leg, and he always gets concerned about that with a kicker, but John popped right up. Great kick by John. He's been, I think, one of the top kickers in the MAC, and that's always what you need to win these tight games is have a kicker that you can count on when you need 3 at the end of a game.
So still first quarter action on the JAKIB Sports Network, and Eastern strikes first. A big run and a big drive for this offense, but that Johnson run and those 3 carries, Coach, of Jeremiah Avrilian picking up chunks of yardage led to that offensive touchdown in that second drive.
Yeah, and then you switch it up with Johnson coming in, Brett coming in. You don't know which one's going to be running it. Both our offensive drives took the better part of 9 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes off the clock. So impressive drives.
So now Nolik tees it up to kick it off. It'll be the third possession for the Dutchmen. On the return, big hit by the coverage team. And the Dutchmen get out across the 25-yard line out to their own 26-yard line. And that's where they'll mark it. That's where they'll start, first down and 10.
Great job on special teams there. Great kick by John Nolik. Great coverage. Good job. I'll tell you, to Bernie's point, when you have long sustaining drives, you wear down that defense. It's a warm day. It's not as hot as it's been, but you keep that defense out there and you keep your defense on the sidelines. That's a good recipe.
All right, first down and 10 for the Flying Dutchman. Number 1, Klitsch is the quarterback. He has the football off to number 26, who busts through the front or the left side of the line, runs to the far side of the field. That's Dion Bryant. Bryant gets positive yardage. It'll bring up a second down.
They seem like they want to stick to the run, but they've come out in both their series and throw it on second and third.
Now Klitsch pitches the football to Bryant. Nothing there. 8 for the defense. Jason Bateman there to bring him down. That'll bring up third down. All of a sudden, 3rd and 2, a long 2. Let's see if we can get a stop here. Klitsch out of the gun. Dion again. Does he get there? He does. And he picks up the first down as Dion Bryant gets it and picks up the first down. They move the sticks. It'll be first down and 10.
Another tackle in there by Jason Bateman as well as Cole Jones. Cole Jones last week had that huge pick that definitely changed the game for Eastern, for that a huge pick to get down the 4-yard line last week. Cole Jones leaving where he left off last week.
So first down and 10 for the Flying Dutchman. They trail by a touchdown. Eastern up 7-0. Klitsch rolling in his right. Pass complete, short pitch and catch. Number 5 on the end of that, that's Drew Campbell. Good coverage by the defense. Short gain on the pitch and catch. Campbell will pick up a yard, maybe 2, call it second down. Sam Skell there for Eastern on the coverage. It'll make it a second down. Klitsch now out of the gun on his 34. Switch to number 26 again, Dion Bryant. And Bryant tries to cut back up inside, gets out to his own 45-yard line. It'll bring up third down.
He's a hard little runner. He gets in behind his lineman, tucks his head and gets north-south pretty well. But our defense is a big down here. Get the ball back before the end of the quarter. No, that is the end of the quarter.
And so the first quarter is going to come to a close. 1 quarter of play in the books. You're listening to Eastern University football on the JAKIB Sports Network. Back in a moment. The One Big Beautiful Bill was recently enacted by Congress. Many provisions such as no tax on tips and no tax on overtime can help reduce tax liability for many taxpayers. Are you unsure how the provisions of the bill will impact your taxes? Want to avoid any unforeseen surprises when filing your 2025 tax returns? Then you need to contact the tax professionals at Mankowski Associates CPA LLC. They will review your returns and provide guidance on how the changes will impact your return. They can be reached at 215-682-7366. And be sure to mention Eastern University for special discounts. That's 215-682-7366. And back here across the JAKIB Sports Network, 1 quarter in the books. We're glad you're with us for a gorgeous Saturday afternoon of college football. The Eastern Eagles on the road for the first time in the 2025 season. They'll be right back on the road next week, and then they go into the bye week before they come home against Del Val. One game at a time. Eastern up by a touchdown right now. 7-0. LVC in possession of the football to start the second quarter. Their quarterback, Logan Klitsch, the 6'2 junior, stands in out of the gun at his own 39-yard line. It'll be a third down. Snap to Klitsch. Fires on a crossing route. Pass is complete, and that is Adam Acker has it. He crosses midfield, and he picks up the first down. They convert.
That's just a little quick slant to get the yardage, and again, just keep a simple play.
So good for a first down. It'll be a first down and 10 for Klitsch in the offense on the Eastern 49. They're moving right to left. Klitsch is out of the gun. Now he gives the football back up the opposite way as Dion carries the football. Dion Bryant, and Bryant gets back to the original line of scrimmage. That's it. Tough sledding for him. Clack, number 99, in there to make the stop. It'll be second down. 2nd and 10. The junior quarterback stands on his 46-yard line. Stops, pass, fires. Pass is complete. Number 6, Tommy Delgado's got it down to the 45-yard line. Short of the line to gain. It'll bring up third down.
Good play there by TJ Alston. Now it's 3rd and 7. It all started with that first down play when they let no yardage up. Now they're playing not behind the sticks, but a 3rd and 7 is a lot different than a 3rd and 3. Big play, as Coach said before, for this defense to hold them.
Now Klitsch snap, standing on midfield. Snap direct to Klitsch. He's going to keep the football. They hit him short of the line to gain, down around the 42-yard line, and that'll bring up a fourth down.
Yeah, you're in this area now where it's way too long for a field goal, maybe too short to punt, but go for it. So it's an interesting call here.
So no gain for Klitsch on that direct snap.
I wouldn't be shocked to see a timeout.
So fourth down. 4th and 3. Klitsch, gun, fires, pass, complete. He's got his man. Number 6 is the receiver, Tommy Delgado, again with his second reception on the drive, and he moves the sticks, picks up a first down.
Yeah, and TJ Alston had great coverage on there. The quarterback put it in the only spot, there's a receiver to catch it. Great catch. And then, you know what? Sometimes Coach and I say this is a good football play by LVC.
So first down and 10, Dutchmen in possession of the football. They're on the move. Pitches to Grant. Grant hit immediately. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Play didn't go very far at all. Stopped in there by the defense. Gashawn Moody there to make the stop. Call it 2nd down and 10.
And Cole Jones was also in there. The outside linebacker was coming up, force contained, so the running back had to cut in, and then Gashawn Moody came in and cleaned it up. Perfect defensive play there.
It's like Bryant may have lost a yard. Call it 2nd down and 11. Klitsch on the offense. Bryant again, this time left side of the line. Gets back, maybe picks up 2 on the play. Call it 3rd down now and 9. Second quarter action, 7-0 Eastern. LVC in possession of the football, moving our right to left. Big third down, 3rd and 9. Bryant to the left of Klitsch. Klitsch now snap out of the gun. He tucks the football. He's under pressure. Then he fires, and the pass is broken up, incomplete. And there are no flags, so that'll bring up a 4th down.
I was talking to Andrew Campbell before the game, and he plays with his hair on fire. He jumped over the running back to try to get to the quarterback, forced the errant throw. Great job, Andrew Campbell.
Good play and good coverage by TJ Alston as well, so that'll bring up a 4th down, and they are going to punt the football. Field position time for LVC. Drive stalls. There were lots of confusion as what was happening out there. Looks like Eastern took a timeout. Nicolopoulos was late getting out, but I think they were confused as to what was happening. Was LBC going for it, not going for it? So Eastern does the right thing. They take a timeout here in the second quarter. Don't want to give up any yardage on that at a 4th down and 9. You want to just take it. Listen, you don't want to use a timeout when you don't have to. That's a spot in the game where you use a timeout.
Krause, yeah, absolutely. We're going to put the coaching headset on for you up here because we're up here with the coaches. It's kind of cool to hear them up here. But that's a great timeout because you do not want it 4th and 5, 4th and 4.5 or whatever, and then all of a sudden LBC is going for it. So good timeout. Get your special teams unit out there who's been playing really well and get a return here.
What a great day it is for college football. One of the great things about coming up the Turnpike and coming to LVC is the amount of fan support that they have, loving all of the tailgating set up here. We arrived 2.5 hours before game time today, and the lots were full. The tailgating was up. So great afternoon for college football. And now LVC, instead of punting the football, is now going to go for it 4th down and 9. Glitch out of the gun. Clean snap. Now he's under pressure. Now he takes a shot into the end zone. Nothing there. LVC looking for a flag. They are not going to get one. And they will turn it over on downs, and Eastern will take over 1st down and 10.
If anything, you were going to get an offensive call there. The offensive receiver was falling down and pushed our defender. And they had to go long on that by not coming in and punting, which took away what there was getting them their 1st downs was short, quick, fast passes that we couldn't get pressure on them. Drop back pass, now we can get pressure on them. You get an overthrow, our ball.
So 7 is Stevens. He'll be back in to lead the offense again. Second quarter, Eastern will move from our left to right. Sabor Stevens in at quarterback. Looked good in the first quarter. He's in out of the gun. He gives the football. Here comes Johnson on the carry. And not much there for Curtis Johnson as he's bottled up. Short gain. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Eastern looks – I love these uniforms that Eastern wear, these maroon pants and white jerseys. But also, I don't know, Coach, if you noticed when they came in, their new warm-ups, their travel warm-ups, I'll tell you, we talk about Eastern all the time doing everything right. They look sharp. We're going to have to get 3 of those warm-up suits maybe next year when they get the new ones, but they were sharp. They really looked good when they arrived.
Yeah, we got to work on that for you guys. Right now, you're still rocking the Eastern pullovers from a year ago. All right, we got to put that in the new deal, right? 2nd down for Sabor Stevens. Johnson gets 1. Call it 2nd and 9. Stevens looking. Now he pulls the football down. They got him, and they do. Stevens tried to step up. Number 94 on defense. Jordan Blount gets the sack. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. So he'll lose 5 on the play. So now it'll be 3rd and long 4. They give it officially 4. So 3rd down and 14. Avrilian is back in. Stevens on the 3rd down. Here comes Jeremiah. And the pass is picked off as Stevens is picked off. Number 7 on defense runs it back into the end zone for a touchdown. Oh, my. Oh, I don't have him on the depth chart, so I can't give credit. I'll try and get the name for you. Almost as if he was in the offensive huddle. And Stevens throws it. It's a pick 6 and LVC on the board.
Yeah, to your point, Krause, it's almost like they knew the screen was coming, jumps the route. That is, obviously a bad read. Again, you got to dust yourselves off, come out for the net. You're going to get the ball right back, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes in at quarterback.
So Dibb will come in for the extra point to tie it. Snap down, hold down, kick up, kick is good. And not what you expected, Coach, but what did you see? Did Eastern telegraph that play? It was almost as though the defender was in the huddle, knew the play was called.
He was standing in front of our receiver before the ball even left our quarterback's hands, which he threw it straight to him. I mean, you've got to be able to look off and know whether to tuck it or throw it in the stands.
So
and that's exactly what you don't want to do with a team that you're battling on the road. You don't want to give them a pick six. Those defensive touchdowns obviously are definitely deflating for the team, but they're going to be okay. I think this drive is going to be big though, right, Coach?
Extremely big. I'm interested to see who's coming out under center this time.
Only 7 I have on the Dutchmen roster. Jonathan Hannavig. I hate not to be able to give him credit for the pick six. I'll update you at halftime if I can. Second kick for the Flying Dutchman. And Eastern's going to get a return.
Go, Rivera.
That's Rivera. And Rivera's out. He's still in his feet. And he's out over the 40-yard line. Flag is down. So Chris Rivera, who loves to return the football with a good return, but that return is coming back.
Well, he's amazing in open space. You give him open space, especially on the kickoff. I'll tell you, he finds the hole. He hits the hole. He's a dynamic player, as Coach always says. But last week it was tough too. There's a lot of penalties, and I know Coach talked about on the coaches show they need to eliminate those penalties. Some of those penalties I don't think he thought were penalties last week, but if they're called, right, Coach? What do you do?
He creates his open space, but yeah, you can't have the penalty. I mean, that would be really great field position, and instead we're down inside the 20.
Now Nab will come in at quarterback. Johnson, Avrilian, and Nab lining up on a 1st down and 10 for Eastern. Left to right they go. Snap is to Nab. Gives the football to Jeremiah Avrilian. And Avrilian crosses over the 20-yard line. Good positive yardage for Jeremiah on a 1st down carry. Call it 2nd down.
And that's what you want those chunk yards, right, Coach? Get that 6 yards on 1st down. Opens up the playbook on 2nd.
So 6 for Jeremiah, 2nd and 4. Nab in at quarterback for this possession. Empty backfield. Nab in, out of the gun. Johnson in motion. Fake is to Johnson. Nab keeps the football straight ahead, out close to the line to gain. Let's see where they mark it. They give it to him, and Nab gets the 1st down. They'll move the sticks.
He just is a tough kid. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. You're out of the game the second half last week. Your second play in, and you're tucking your head and shoulders into people.
So Nab gets the 1st down. It'll be a 1st down and 10 for Eastern. 2nd quarter action. Game tied up at 7. Good football game today across the JAKIB Sports Network. Now Nab again. Now he rolls to his right. Looking, and then he's has to throw it away. Pass is complete or intended for Johnson. And Johnson has it. Short of the line to gain, it'll be a 2nd down.
I still like that play by Brett Nab. Instead of him running, taking the extra punishment, because he's a linebacker playing quarterback. Great dump down to Charles. I think he might have Swinton deep there, but that was a good check off to get it to Johnson to have it 2nd.
That's where he wanted to go. He wanted to go to Swinton. The patience paid off, and you hit Johnson late.
So 2nd down and 1. Fake to Jeremiah. Nab's going to keep the football, but he's hit behind the line. Good defensive play for the Dutchman, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Shaden McCoskey, number 31, was able to bring Nab down. Not an easy feat, by the way. Hit Nab behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's the way to tackle him, is not let him get moving, because once he gets moving, you make career choices on tackling Nab and Avrilian.
So loss of 2, 3rd down and 3. Avrilian will line up to the right of Nab. They give it to Jeremiah, and Avrilian's got room, and he's at the 40, 45. He's down over, he crosses over midfield. Jeremiah Avrilian picks up the 1st down for Eastern. Good run for Jeremiah.
All set up by our fullback coming out and blocking.
So first down, good conversion on the 3rd and 3.
And that fullback he's talking about is our Alabama guy, number 35, Dylan Weathers. Both him and Tom Franks actually been blocking really well, 87. They interchange those guys. But I'll tell you, 35 last week, we heard a lot of those blocks from up in the press box. And when you have a guy that's clearing holes like that, that really helps Jeremiah Brilliant, Curtis Johnson, and Nab.
Starting to become a fan favorite, number 35 for Eastern. Now Nab keeps it. 45. He's at the 40, and he bangs forward. He puts his shoulder down, gets the first down, and they bring him down at the 37. Brett Nab right back at it. Hard running for the quarterback. Good for another first down.
Yeah, that's what you want to see in your quarterback, your leader, your MVP, coming in and instilling a long drive. Getting back to Dylan Weathers. He had a huge catch last week, too. Was behind him. So you love to see that when a kid's given an opportunity. He's definitely doing it. But great to see Brett Nab back out there running this offense.
So first down and 10 for Nab and the offense. The football is given to Jeremiah Avrillian straight up the gut. Avrillian gets down to the 35-yard line. First down, positive yard, or they mark him back at the 36. It'll bring up a second down for Nab and the offense. Game tied up at 7. You're listening to Eastern Eagles football across the JAKIB Sports Network. We're glad you're with us, and we're glad we're live and on the air this afternoon, along with the coach, Coach B, and my partner, Warren Schmidt. Nab now out of the gun. Johnson in motion. Swing pass to Johnson's got it. 35. Pulls forward, ducks in. Burn, did he get the first down? Looks like he did. They moved the sticks. Good for a first down.
We've improved on the swing pass. That was a really nice play.
So, Coach, I knew you were going to say that because that was their only Achilles heel week 1 was that swing pass. Brett obviously worked on that great pitch and catch between Nab and C.J. Johnson because he is lethal out there when he gets on the outside with that swing, that wheel route.
So first down and 10 for Nab and the offense on the move. Nab out of the gun. Nicolopoulos runs in motion. He might look for him. Sails the pass down the middle. He's got his man, and it's in the end zone. And it is a touchdown for Eastern. Eddie Switten, big play. Switten's got it, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown.
What a great read by Brett. Hanging in the pocket, wait for Switten to get open in the end zone. Great pitch and catch. You put it right there, wide open. Good job of the offense coming down here. After the bad pick, come back here and they get scored.
I was going to tell you, they were expecting him to run that ball, and he came with a beautiful pass. And what an answer to the drive after giving up that pick.
Now Nolan in for the extra point. Make it 14-7. Hold, kick, up, kick is good as Nolan converts. But big play, Switten on the end of that short pitch and catch. And it's a touchdown for Eastern. They go back up by a touchdown.
And what's great about that drive is they've been having long sustaining drives. If you notice on that last drive, there's a lot of guys, a lot of LVC defenders have their hands on their hips already. We're in the second quarter. I'll tell you, Eastern is instilling their will in these guys, and it gets a lot tougher when you're getting run on and then thrown on for that touchdown.
We're just under 4 minutes left in the quarter before half. This is a big defensive series here. You get to stop because, again, we're getting the ball coming out in the third quarter. Again, that can be the chance we get the ball back and a chance to score yet, or you shut them down and get the ball back in the third.
Yeah, right. That's why we have Coach up here. That's exactly what the coaches in front of us are telling us. Let's get a 3 and out. Let's get the last touchdown. You want to get another touchdown to make this a 2-score game going into halftime.
So Nolik will kick off. Teed up at the 35, 14-7 Eastern, 4 minutes to play second quarter. We're glad you're with us for a great Saturday afternoon of college football. High, big kick for Nolik inside the 5-yard line. Fake reverse number 1 for LVC. On the return, and a big hit as he returns the football all the way out to the 25-yard line. Big hit that time for Eastern. Good coverage all the way around.
I'll tell you, great kick by Nolik. He's, again, we keep saying, but he's one of the top kickers in the MAC. And I'll tell you, their coverage group, they stay in their lanes. If you don't stay in your lane, that kid's getting outside. They fake the reverse. Great job by the coverage unit, stay in your lanes and making a big hit play.
So Logan Klitsch and the offense. Now he out of the gun. Second down, first down carry to Brian not much there. If anything, may have actually lost a yard.
When you start seeing trick plays, there's somebody worried. It's a big drive. I'd expect something yet long.
So 2nd down and 11 for Klitsch in the offense. Now Bryant to his right. They move right to left. Klitsch rolling. Here comes pressure. Klitsch fires, but he sails the pass, and it falls incomplete. Call it down.
That's like a timeout with the incomplete. There is 3:14 left on the clock. So with that pass incompletion, stop the clock, 3rd down and 11. You got to stop here. We got the ball back with 3 minutes left.
I'll tell you, Corey David's defensive game plan right here is really good. He's having his defensive ends keep contained. They're rotating guys in. They're keeping guys fresh. Defense is playing really well so far. Big play in the game to force a punt right here.
One of those 5 key plays in the course of a football game. Klitsch out of the gun. Clean snap. He rolls. He's past the first down marker, but that pass is incomplete. No shot for his intended receiver, number 7, as Jonathan Hannevig, but he couldn't get there, and it'll bring up a 4th down, and the Flying Dutchman will turn it over on downs. They'll need to punt.
And you know what? To Bernie's point, they saved 2 timeouts because they threw twice incompletes, stopped the clock. Great job by the defense. Big return here by Justin, and let's go in the half with some more points.
Justin Nicolopoulos is deep. He stands back at his 37-yard line. Clean snap on the punt, high kick. Nicolopoulos is going to come up. He's going to let the football bounce. Not even close. Bounces at the 48-yard line of LBC. So a short punt, no opportunity for a return, but good field position for the offense.
So every team has a call when it's a bad punt to make sure everyone gets away. We now know Eastern's poison. We heard every coach up here yelling poison. That means stay away, don't let it touch you, get the ball in good field position.
So 1st down and 10 for Eastern. They'll start at the 48-yard line of Lebanon Valley. Again, Eastern gets the football to start the second half. So a score here would be big for the offense. Nab is back out at quarterback again. Avrillian will line up to his right. Football is to Jeremiah Avrillian. Avrillian off the left side. Hard running by Jeremiah. Picks up a hard 1 yard. Call it 2nd down and 9.
But they get the clock moving too. Yeah, you want the clock moving. You do not want to have LVC get the ball back here in this half. Have a sustaining drive here, get some points, whether it's 3 or 7. 7's preferred, but I like the play call there on 1st down.
So 2nd down and 9 for Nab. Here comes Jeremiah, really, and straight up the gut. Stood up, gets out close. It's probably stop him down at the 41-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down. Correction on that. They actually put him at the 43-yard line. So 3rd down and 4.
So, Coach, are they in 4-down territory here, or are they going to punt it if they don't get it?
It all depends. Let's see how close we get on this.
And it looks like they're not going to run another play. And we reached a 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Eastern with a 14-7 lead and in possession of the football. Thanks for tuning in. Big listening audience, part of today's broadcast across the JAKIB Sports Network. We're glad you're with us. Game 3 on the season for Eastern. This is an important game for this football team. Right now, they're up by 7, 14-7.
No, last year they had some signature wins, right? Some program signature wins. For this season, for Team 3, this is going to be their first signature win, and they can get a big win here up at LBC. It's a good football program. It's home, a lot of energy, a lot of fans, a lot of tailgating. But so far, Eastern's offense, Eastern's defense, Eastern special teams, I feel has been winning this game.
Remember last week we said that we just seemed out of sorts. Today we seem like we're in rhythm offensively, and we're doing a great job on defense.
So following the 2-minute warning, back to live action. Nab is in at quarterback. Directly to his right is Avrillian. Fake to Avrillian. Nab's going to keep the football, but he's not going to get there as he gets out to the just shy of the 40-yard line. Fourth down. Eastern's going to punt. And the punt sails into the end zone. John Westfield punts that football. Not quite sure I get that or understand why you're punting the football there, but he does, and they turn it back over to LVC.
Yeah, and to Bernie's point about last week, it was in the press release. It was a grind. They grinded to a win last week. The offense wasn't really moving the ball that well, but then all of a sudden you look at the stats and they had over 387 yards rushing. So this game is completely different. Eastern seems like they're firing all cylinders. They should be up. They shouldn't have allowed that touchdown, obviously, but they need to hold them here.
And LVC now on that first down possession. Klitsch is at quarterback. Pass complete to number 3, Hirschman. Quick snap on a second down. Rolling now. Pass fire over the middle. Pass or over on the sideline. Pass complete. Number 13, Heisey pulls it in. Steps out of bounds. Picks up the first down. They move the sticks. It'll be a first down and 10. Out to the 36-yard line of LVC. Right back up to the line. Klitsch in, out of the gun. Snap, clean, pass, complete again. 13 again. Heisey again, steps out of bounds. Second down. Out to the 43-yard line now. 51 seconds remaining here in the first half. Klitsch out of the gun, 37-yard line. Stops, fires, pass is complete. He's got his man. Football's out as the pass was complete. And Eastern does recover the football. Wait till they sort it out. Pass was complete. And then the football came out. Salif Nakima may have fallen on it. He did. And he gets credit for the fumble recovery as the pass was complete. Good for this first down, Burn, but a big hit forced the football out.
That's a huge turnover again with what we did last drive. And to be honest with you, I would throw this one downfield just on the first play and then if it doesn't work, run the clock and get out of here.
All right, so Nab. They'll snap on their own 49. Nab standing on his 44-yard line. Snap is to Nab. Gives to Jeremiah. Brilliant. Stays on his feet. Bang, bang, bang. Nothing there. Gets out close to midfield. That'll bring up a second down. And timeout down on the field. Football just shy of midfield. Eastern in possession of the football. I still don't understand why they punted on that last possession, but they did come up with the turnover. And now we'll wait to see what Brett Nab and the offense does. Eastern takes their timeout.
Yeah, I think it was a long yard and a half. A little conservative on that, the punting, because John Westfield's been a really good punter. I'm pinning him down to the 10. Punting in the 20-yard line obviously wasn't a great result, but as Bernie said, Coach said, that was a huge play, huge turnover, because one of the keys to the games is a turnover battle. Now it's 1-1. Obviously, LVC got a touchdown off their turnover, but that was a huge play in this game for Eastern to have the ball now to hopefully finish a half and potentially get some points.
I just heard with the guys talking up front. We didn't get charged for the timeout in the beginning of the game with that injury. So we do have one left.
Football on the 49-yard line of Eastern, moving left to right. Remember, Eastern gets the football to start the third quarter. Nab back in at quarterback. He's been there since the Stevens pick six. Avrilium will line up behind Nab. Now to his left. Second down and 10. Snap, Nab keeps the football straight up. Nothing. Maybe a yard. Good play that time. Clock continues to move. Ordway, number 15, actually stood Nab up right at midfield. And that'll bring up a third down.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good play there by the LVC defensive lineman to keep Nab in the pocket and then get to him for a sack.
3 seconds left.
And Eastern's going to let the clock expire to zeros and get into the locker room at the half. Eastern Eagles 14, Lebanon Valley 7. Good first half of football. You're listening to Eastern Eagles football across the JAKIB Sports Network. Back in a moment. The One Big Beautiful Bill was recently enacted by Congress. Many provisions such as no tax on tips and no tax on overtime can help reduce tax liability for many taxpayers. Are you unsure how the provisions of the bill will impact your taxes? Want to avoid any unforeseen surprises when filing your 2025 tax returns? Then you need to contact the tax professionals at Mankowski Associates CPA LLC. They will review your returns and provide guidance on how the changes will impact your return. They can be reached at 215-682-7366. And be sure to mention Eastern University for special discounts. That's 215-682-7366.
The following is a presentation of JAKIB Sports.
If you own a company and you're not producing a podcast, you're missing out. The public consumes messaging when they're ready. Join the professional podcast network of companies and let JAKIB Media Partners put you in the podcast arena. Come to our professional studio or we'll come to your place of business and professionally produce your company podcast. Call JAKIB Media right now at 267-261-3428. 267-261-3428. And back here on the JAKIB Sports Network, halftime up in Annville, Pennsylvania. Eastern has a 1-touchdown lead over the Flying Dutchmen. We'll give you the update stats in the first half when Bernie, Coach B, and Warren Schmidt join us here coming up at halftime as the Eastern Eagles have a 14-7 lead here across the JAKIB Sports Network, bringing you the game from Arnold Field. Joe Krause along with Warren Schmidt and, of course, Coach B with us. We'll have a special guest joining us here up at halftime. Warren, stay with me here. We'll get him set up when I get into the break. I just want to get some first half stats from you, and then I'll pause for a break and we'll bring in our special guest.
Yeah, you know, if you look at the score 14-7, if you would have told Coach Crocker on the way up here, hey, going into halftime, you're up 14-7, I think he'd take that every time. How they lost 7 points on that turnover, I think he'd want that back, obviously. But it was nice to see Brett come in there, that huge drive down there to get points to make this 14-7. I thought it was huge. So great job to Eastern and the defense playing really well. Great job by Eastern on sticking to the game plan on an away game. It's always a little tougher of sticking to their game plan. And as Coach Bernie said, they're playing cleaner today. It just seems like a cleaner, not a disjointed game like it did last week. I think they came in here really well prepared and it's shown on the field.
Let me ask you, Coach, before you go through some of the stats, I'm still confused on that punt that Eastern decided to kick the football away. It was 4th and maybe a yard and a half. Westfield comes in. He's got a big leg. He booms it out of the end zone. Why not go for it there?
I guess the thought is if you don't get it, you're giving them we had a short field with timeout and the ability to stop the clock. I don't think he wanted to put it in the end zone. He probably could have pooched it, but that's my guess is if you don't make the first, you're giving them a short field.
The Lebanon Valley Band out to entertain this big, great crowd that's here for the football game today. We're glad that we're with you, and we're glad that we're on the air, Warren, as we had what I would consider a crisis malfunction, but we were able, with the help of the LBC broadcast team, we were able to get on. We're running through a couple of tomato cans right now, so I hope the audience sounds good. Our controls are limited, but they're not here to hear us. They're here to listen to the football game. And so far, Eastern has that one touchdown score into the first half.
Yeah, it's been a really good game, and I hope everyone that's listening is enjoying the broadcast, because I'll tell you, 5 minutes before broadcast, I didn't think we were getting on here. And just great job. Thanks to LVC guys and Krause, your technical abilities to get us on here. But what a really good game. And for all the parents that came up here, really good to see how this team is fighting. Jeremiah Brilliant was 72 yards. Really nice to see how he's running. It's just amazing. The level of play that he brings every week, being MAC Offensive Player of the Week 2 weeks in a row. That's a tough feat to have. But great job by Eastern. The defense is playing really well. Special teams playing really well. And the offense has had some long sustaining drives, which I think is going to bode for this team well in the second half of how they're wearing down that LVC defense.
Pretty good job. Pretty good description there. I'll let you bring in over a special guest. Now you're going to have to interview him. All right, so you stay right there. And then, Bernie, before we pause for a commercial break, and again, the Flying Dutchman Marching Band performing as we come to you from inside the press box. What do you make of that first half?
Well, we're run heavy. We're over 100 yards rushing. We've got over 200 yards total offense. We're winning the third down battle. We're 3 of 5. They're 3 of 8. And we had the ball for over 18 minutes. That's controlling the game. We can do that in the second half. I mean, that's winning. That's a winning process. So if we can stick with that, a nice long drive here when they come out. And again, I fully expected to be Jeremiah getting the ball. We've got 25 runs to 9 passes. So I think you're going to see a lot more.
We are at halftime of the Eastern Eagles football game. We're glad you're with us across the JAKIB Sports Network as the Flying Dutchman Marching Band performs out in front of us. Great to be here. It's 14-7. At the break, we're going to pause for a short break, get things situated as we have a couple of great special guests that are squeezing up in the box with us for the very, very first time. We absolutely love it. Let me do this, Warren. Let me get to a break, and then when we come back, a special guest joining us here on the JAKIB Sports Network. You're listening to Eastern University Football.
What if you could earn an MBA fully online in just 10 months for only $9,900? Eastern University's cutting-edge MBA in Organizational Management is designed to fit what you need in an MBA program. Our innovative LifeFlex model offers 100% online classes that you can complete at your own pace within each 7-week semester. We know how hard you work for your money, so we're thrilled to offer our MBA at only $9,900, making our program between 50 to 80% less expensive than most other schools, while ensuring quality and excellence with the support of our expert faculty. We even offer a concentration in business analytics, an essential skill set needed in today's data-driven economy. With start dates every 7 weeks, Eastern's MBA is handcrafted for you and your needs. So what are you waiting for? Apply today at eastern.edu/MBA.
The following is a presentation of JAKIB Sports.
So, Krause, we're here at halftime. We have 2 very special guests. First time ever, we have parents of the Eastern University football players. And we have B.J. Nolik and Tony Green, Cody Green, the right tackle, Stad, and John Nolik's dad here as well. Welcome into the box. I'm going to talk to John real quick. John, you've been really instrumental in the players before and after games. What's it been like watching your son out here play for Eastern?
So I've always been nervous about watching my son, whatever he's doing, of course. My wife originally bought me a camera as a pacifier, but now I got this to keep me busy. So it's very exciting. He loves it. The coaches are great. The staff is great. I never see him anymore, so that's a great thing. But to see him perform at this level is something I could never dream of, and I love every second of it. So, BJ, just tell us some of the things that you do as a parents group. I think it's,
Krause and Coach and I, we talk about the players and the kids and the coaching staff. It's a difference at Eastern University of how they treat these student athletes at Eastern.
So what we do is the school provides their stuff during the week, their food to eat, their places to go, their people to talk to. After the game, especially away games, there's not much for them to do. So we got together as a parents group, and the first year we decided we would start collecting from the parents to fund money to buy these kids dinner and lunch and snacks, whatever it has to be. So last year, I think we had a special catered event. The kids had pulled pork, pulled chicken, macaroni and cheese. We had pizza. We had Chick-fil-A. We had 600 chicken fingers. So we try to provide them with some nutrition. But on the backside of that, it's kind of a good thing for the parents, too, because they get to see their kids after the game. We've really built a family out of the family of the parents, which is great because there's people that call me up and say, hey, my son needs this. Can you run that up your closest school? Tony's been great. He's a little further than me, but he's always there when we need something. He stays late and gives out the food every time like that. So it's all volunteer, but it's great. And the kids love it. They look forward to seeing us.
Thanks, BJ. And, getting a chance to meet Tony Green, we see your kid each week, one of the best offensive linemen in the MAC. And I know you guys are from Washington, D.C., but after the FDU game, we really got a chance to meet you. And Krause and I, like when you said, hey, we listening to you guys, really, that endears us to the parents that we know that people are able to, not all these kids are from the Philadelphia area that can come and play and you can come to every game. But what's your involvement been with coming to see your kid play, but then also just the involvement of the parents?
First of all, I want to say, Mr. Schmidt, Mr. Krause, you got a wonderful show. I look forward to seeing it each and every week. Y'all doing great things for Eastern University. I just want to start off by saying that. Secondly, my involvement with the team has been like a big family here. It's BJ. He's brought everybody together like a big family, and we look forward to after the games. We fellowship. We feed the kids. They look forward to seeing us. We meet their parents. So it's just one big family here, and I'm loving it. And Cody loves being here. The coaches are great. It's just phenomenal and amazing program here at Eastern University.
Yeah, and we see it each week, and we've got a chance to meet the kids from year one, team 0 to team 3. What's been the biggest thing of Corey's development, not only as a student athlete, but not as a football player, but just as a person coming to Eastern?
You know what? Cody has really grown and matured a lot. Coach Crocker and the coaches, they've been a great influence on the student athletes. They ensure they do study hall. They invite them to their house for cookouts. This has been like a big family, and Cody is really maturing. And all the kids, I can see a big difference from the first year with them. And it's just some great and amazing things at Eastern. And I'm just so happy. Wow, Eastern University is the best. That's all I can say, all the way around.
And I agree. And I didn't go to Eastern, but I think I'm going to get the alumni newsletter soon and probably be asked to give money. But BJ, I'm going to ask you the same question because, I had an interesting, and I talked to you about the dialogue when I met your kid the first time here, of being the first time away from home and just how he's developed. But what are the things that you've seen in your son coming to Eastern and playing football and being a student athlete?
So, yeah, like Tony said, Eastern is just phenomenal in building not only an education, but building character and building responsibility. He's grown up before my eyes in the 3 years he's been away. It's crazy. The difference, the school, the team, everything is made. He takes his courses very serious, and he's learning a lot. The teachers have been great for him. There's no bad experience. The first year was kind of tough because he was a kicker and he was left alone by himself. So it was tough for him. He wanted to come home, but I haven't seen him want to come home now for probably 2.5 years. So the university's doing a great job. Coach Crocker's been great. Whatever we need from him, he's there for us. So, and he knows that about us too, whatever he needs. So it's a great school.
It's amazing. We had Coach Crocker every Thursday we have on the JAKIB Media on the coaches show, and he talks about the kids of their development and what they've been all about. And it's really cool to see the parents also have the buy-in because the kids have the buy-in. So I'm going to put you guys on the spot. What do you guys have coming up for the future and for our big homecoming that we're going to have at Del Valle? I know that's a couple weeks out, but tell us some of the great things that you guys are going to have in store for these kids.
So we're working to try and really make it a large tailgate pregame also, not just postgame. We're going to try to do something with the other teams and work with them and have the parents of their teams over. So it is one school. We should all meet as one school, I believe. The bigger the family, the better. The food is in the works. I don't want to ruin that yet, but there's a lot of food. So please, you two come down and eat also. But it's just going to be great. We're going to do special awards maybe for a couple parents that have been there from the beginning and stuff like that. We're trying to give that. I've also talked to a couple of people at the school about maybe buying a couple shirts and throwing them in the stands for parents from the parents group. Just they can kind of see what we do and stuff like that. So
Great. Well, we appreciate you guys being up here. Tony, I want to give you the last word. Just what's it all been for Cody with the academic side of coming to be a student athlete? How has Eastern really changed his life on the academics front, or whether his major outside of football?
The academics have been great here at Eastern University. I like the classes. They have small classes. All the professors know the students by name. I like the study hall. The academics been great. And I just think the small classrooms really, really help. So it's just not like a big lecture hall, but they really care about the students and know them by name. And Cody loves it. Academically, he's doing great. And I just can't number of positive things to say about Eastern academics.
That's just great to hear. And especially, to have the parents with the buy-in is huge. And, I think this team is just on the precipice of being a really top team in the MAC. And it's great to have you guys up here. We really appreciate it. And we appreciate you guys for everything you do for the student athletes and especially the football players at Eastern.
thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
The One Big Beautiful Bill was recently enacted by Congress. Many provisions such as no tax on tips and no tax on overtime can help reduce tax liability for many taxpayers. Are you unsure how the provisions of the bill will impact your taxes? Want to avoid any unforeseen surprises when filing your 2025 tax returns? Then you need to contact the tax professionals at Mankowski Associates CPA LLC. They will review your returns and provide guidance on how the changes will impact your return. They can be reached at 215-682-7366. And be sure to mention Eastern University for special discounts. That's 215-682-7366. And we're back here live on the JAKIB Sports Network. Great interview, Warren. Great to have our special guest up here at halftime. Boy, they do a lot for the program, for the team, and for all of the players. And look forward to our very first college game day, which is going to be on the campus. We're going to be live from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. I think it's 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. because it's a 12 o'clock game. We'll probably get out of there by 10:30, 11, and then we'll get ready to go in and bring you the broadcast. But looking forward to what should be a tremendous day on that Saturday, the 11th of October, homecoming for Eastern University.
Well, obviously it's homecoming, and I think a lot of these Eastern alumni coming back are going to be really proud of their school, what it's becoming, how they're growing this school through student athletes and watching this football team. But also we're going to get a chance to meet the other teams as well. And I'm really excited to have all the other teams hopefully up on stage with us with their team captains or whoever they want. But getting a chance to know the other coaches who are all doing a great job at Eastern. But that's going to be a great day. Really excited for that to happen. But, obviously, hopefully we're going to be going to that game 4-0.
It is halftime here across the JAKIB Sports Network. Eastern by a touchdown. Eastern 14, LVC 7, back in 60.
What if you could earn an MBA fully online in just 10 months for only $9,900? Eastern University's cutting-edge MBA in Organizational Management is designed to fit what you need in an MBA program. Our innovative LifeFlex model offers 100% online classes that you can complete at your own pace within each 7-week semester. We know how hard you work for your money, so we're thrilled to offer our MBA at only $9,900, making our program between 50 to 80% less expensive than most other schools, while ensuring quality and excellence with the support of our expert faculty. We even offer a concentration in business analytics, an essential skill set needed in today's data-driven economy. With start dates every 7 weeks, Eastern's MBA is handcrafted for you and your needs. So what are you waiting for? Apply today at eastern.edu/MBA.
The following is a presentation of JAKIB Sports.
And we're back here live across the JAKIB Sports Network. Halftime here at LVC. 14 for your Eastern Eagles, 7 for the Flying Dutchmen. Let's get our halftime recap from Coach B and Warren Schmidt as we get set to begin in just a couple of minutes, the third quarter. Coach, I'll start over with you.
Warren, to follow up on your interview with the parents, as a parent that has 2 sons playing college football, or one playing, to have the parents involved afterwards, which is what they do at Concordia as well. They feed the kids on the road, they feed them at home. And as a parent, that's 800 miles away. I appreciate my kid being taken care of. As far as the second half, it would be huge to take this kickoff and go down the field and score and establish yourself for the second half.
Yeah, it's going to be, obviously this, we talk about 5 big plays of the game. I think this opening drive is a big setter of how this second half is going to go. And obviously Eastern getting the ball, they need to go down and get some points, whether 3 or 7. Obviously 7's preferred. Jeremiah Brilliant, 14 carries so far, Coach. He's been the workhorse. Johnson, obviously he's been doing that wheel route, had that big touchdown run. So this is going to be a big drive. I would think Brett's going to be starting this second drive. Brett looked pretty good there. But this is a big drive for Eastern to get some points and insert their dominance to this defense, saying, hey, you can't stop us. We're just going to go down and score here. I think setting the table for the second half, this drive is a huge opportunity for Eastern to instill their will in this game.
So Eastern will receive to start the second half. TJ Alston, Chris Rivera back deep for Eastern. They have a 1-score lead, 14-7. Third quarter action is officially underway here across the JAKIB Sports Network. Kick's going to come down to Rivera at the 2-yard line. Rivera's coming out 10, 15, 20, straight up 25, 30, 35. He may go. Flag is down. Rivera down the sideline all the way into the end zone, and a touchdown return for Chris Rivera, but the laundry is down. Flags are down.
Got a holding call. And you know what, though? I don't care. That kid is just a great returner. It's going to be a hold.
So at least there's 2 flags. At least this wasn't one guy that saw something. I guess it must have been. I didn't see it from here. To Bernie's point, what a great return by Chris Rivera. You get him in open space, I'll tell you, he just finds a hole, hits a hole, and just is a dynamic returner.
When you have Nab, Johnson, Verilion, and Rivera on the offense all at the same time, I mean, you've got 5 choices of where to go between a pass and a run.
Yeah, and then you throw in Eddie Swinton, the Zeke Smith. It's just it's a good problem for Nate Hinkle to have, the young offensive coordinator, who I think has been calling a really good game so far here. Needs a big drive here.
So following the Rivera 98-yard return that's taken off and brought back by a holding call, Eastern comes out on a 1st down and 10. Nab back in at quarterback. Flag comes in before the snap. So back to the 21 on a 1st down for Nab. Jeremiah Avrilian straight up crosses over the 25-yard line down to the 20. They mark him right at the 25, just a yard short of the original line of scrimmage.
They were expecting a pass there. They brought a corner blitz, and we just went back to our running game, which, again, I think we're going to see most of that. And I'm not at all shocked that Brett's in the game. I didn't expect after the second turnover that we wouldn't see him the rest of the game.
So 2nd down, snap to Nab. He's going to keep the football, lowers the shoulder, bangs out, gets close to the 30-yard line. Boy, every run that Nab takes is hard fought. He puts that shoulder down. 3rd down as he pushes out to the 30-yard line. Eastern opening up, moving right to our left here in the third quarter.
This is a big third down conversion. You know, Coach talks about the 5 plays. This is one of them. This is a big third down conversion for Brett to get for this Eastern University offense.
So 3rd down and 7. Avrilian will be to Nab's right. Snap. Fake to Jeremiah. Nab rolls out. He's got his man. Pass is complete. Picks up the first down as Nasik Smith was straddling the sideline over in front of his own bench. Steps out of bounds. Good enough to move the sticks. First down, Eastern.
Great pitch and catch there between Brett and Nasik Smith. Nasik Smith right now is the leading receiver, even though Swinton's got the touchdown. But getting number 2 involved with a jet sweep and getting him downfield, get him in space with the ball, really important for this offense.
4 receivers set, empty backfield for Nab. Now Jeremiah switch back. He's to the right of Nab. The give is to Jeremiah Avrilian. Patiently waits, and then bangs forward, crosses over the 40-yard line, get out to around the 42-yard line on a first down carry. Call it second down.
Real quick, thanks again to Tony Green and BJ Nolik for coming up for halftime. Great talking to those guys. Tony Green's kid, Cody Greens, he's a really good offensive tackle and playing really well. That whole offensive line, I think, is playing really well this game.
So second down for Nab. Standing on the 37 out of the gun. Gives to Avrilian. Avrilian forward. Stays on his feet. Still on his feet. Now he's to the outside. And then he runs out of bounds. Jeremiah Avrilian picks up the first down and a lot more.
Yeah, that's how you want your running back running. I'll tell you, just hit the hole, pop it out, get an extra 10, right, Bernie?
I had to giggle. I mean, the defender actually thought he had him down, and he wasn't even close to the ground. He just keeps pumping. He's amazing to watch.
So first down and 10 now for Eastern. Football on the 42-yard line, LVC side of the half. Nab standing in midfield. Now he keeps. Now he's brought down, and he's stopped down and sacked behind the line of scrimmage. Nab was looking. Nobody open. He had to eat the football. Second down.
Yeah, I think he looked off Nasik Smith. I think Nasik was open there. I think Brett's got to trust his arm there and let that fly. But still a good decision. You know, bar it down.
Yep. He wanted to go to Nicolapolis long. He did miss him over here on the sideline. I really like the way we're passing attack, though. It's smart right now. Short, sweet, and yardage.
So second down, 13. Back to the 45-yard line. Nab standing right at midfield. Right to left. Snap to Nab. Rolls now to his right. Tucks the football. He keeps it. He's got a lot more. Nab, 10. Down to the 20. And he crosses over the 20-yard line. Nab with a big run. No flag. Great first down and a lot more. Brett Nab for Eastern.
I'll tell you, this offense is coming through, right, Coach? I mean, it's amazing what they're doing on this drive. It starts out, they have a penalty first and 15. Then they get a big third down conversion. Now they're driving down. They're in field goal range. Great job by this offense so far.
First down for Eastern. Just inside LVC's 20. Here comes Jeremiah Avrilian. Still on his feet. Finds the hole. It's down to the 15-yard line.
Krause, I love that call. He found the hole because there was no hole there. He found the hole and got positive yards. That should have been a negative play.
Again, that might be the best 5-yard run you'll ever see. He made 7 cuts in a 3-yard space.
Now second down. Nab. Again, here comes Jeremiah Avrilian again. And there he goes. And he crosses over the 5-yard line. Jeremiah with a big run.
I'll tell you, Krause, I know your voice is you're trying to keep it together, but you're going to lose it when Jeremiah gets in that end zone. It's pretty funny. We can hear the LVC guys too, and I think they're in awe of Jeremiah Avrilian and how he's running the ball.
Here we go, knocking on the door. Give us to Avrilian again. He's close to the goal line. Will be short. Second down.
I'm going to go back to the long run by Brett. That was originally a pass play, but we moved the pocket and slid it to the right, which again, I like when we roll a right-handed quarterback to the right side. Once everything broke down, he kept it for the long gain, and here we are knocking on the door.
So Nab, 2nd and goal. Here comes Jeremiah Brilliant straight up. Is he going to get there? Keeps the legs moving. He's short. It's down inside the 1 yard line. Bring up a 3rd down. We'll see the tush push. No, that's the other Eagle team in town. Nav, under center. Shifts out into the shotgun. Avrilian to his left. Snap to Nab. They flip the football. It reverses Nicolopoulos. And Nicolopoulos, did he get in? He did. Touchdown Eastern as they flip to Justin Nicolopoulos, and he gets in the end zone. Touchdown Eagles.
I'll tell you, what a play call there by Nate Hinkle up here. We're sitting right behind these guys, and he's yelling in the call there. That was a great play there. Justin Nicolopoulos getting in there for a big touchdown for Eastern. Jeremiah Brilliant, how he ran that ball. Bernie was talking about it the whole time. Just how he saw the hole and got in there is amazing.
Nolik in now for the extra point. Snap down, held good, kick up, and it is good. And Eastern, coach, goes up by 2 scores, 21-7.
7-minute drive. Started out poorly with the penalties, regroup, go the length of the field, eat up 7 minutes, take a 2-touchdown lead. Actually, that reverse was a really risky call. I mean, I like it, but the 2 defenders on LVC, it's not that they read it, but they were there, and that could have blown up in our face. But I do like the gutsy call. Again, you get down the goal line, it keeps your defense, the other team, honest.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a goal line call, but it worked. So you got to give the coach credit. But it is kind of a risky play. But he's putting I love what Coach Nate Hinkle's doing with Justin. It probably was with Justin, yeah. So he's definitely opening up the playbook.
Now Nolik will tee it up at the 35. Approaches the football high, big kick for Nolik. It bounces at the 5 yard line. And now they got a return. Flag comes down. As the return by number 9, Mackay Cooper, let the ball bounce. I think he thought it was going to sail in the end zone.
I think, well, it wasn't going to sail, but I think the bounce, he was counting on it going, and the bounce came up the field. That was risky in itself. And then we finally get, I didn't see what the call is. It's either holding or block. But again, this would be a great time for our defense to keep them pinned in on a 3-and-out.
I actually think the returner thought that was going to bounce and then go out of bounds, which would have been at the 35, right? Totally risky play. As a returner, you got to catch that. You know that's in bounds. You're 5 yards in there. Bad choice, to Eastern's credit. And then the penalty, good choice for the defense to start.
First down and 10, LBC. Klitsch out of the gun. He's firing. He's got an open receiver, and he's got him, but the receiver misses it. Wide open down at the 39-yard line. Number 33 hit him right where it's supposed to, right in his hands, but he wasn't able to bring it in.
And that was one of the things Coach talked about, too, on the coach's show, that they do a lot of double moves. And our corner bit a little bit on that. You can't bite on this corner. Yep. Big break, though, for Eastern to have that incomplete.
Second down now, 10 for Klitsch in the offense. Again, Klitsch. He's going to fire. Pass complete. Number 5 on the end of that short pitch and catch. Drew Campbell has it. Chris Forte on the stop for Eastern. Short of the line to gain. It'll bring up third down.
There couldn't be a worse view of the field right now for us.
Big third down. Klitsch out of the gun. He fakes the pitch, keeps the football. He's got a lot more. He's at the 45. He's at midfield. He's down at the 40, 35-yard line, and he's run down from behind. The big 6'2", 200-pound junior quarterback gets all the way down inside or down to the 20-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle that time on the quarterback.
Yeah, that's just a big play, big running play there by LVC. We thought he had him in the backfield. He eluded everybody, and then obviously he broke free for a big gain there for LVC. Obviously flipped the field. They're going in here for a potential make this a 21-14 game.
TJ Alston got him from behind. First down. Bryant now on the carry. Crosses down or gets close. Crosses over the 15-yard line. Second down, Gashawn Moody again.
And that was out of the Wildcat formation that we knew that they'd be running, snapping it right back to the running back.
Yep, Bryant now. Direct snap to Bryant. He's going to keep the football. Crosses 15. He's shifty as well. Crosses the 15-yard line down to the 14-yard line. It's third down for the Flying Dutchman. Still waiting to see if their QB. Wildcat snap directly to Bryant. Trying to see on the sideline, Byrne, whether their QB is out of gas or he's just, yeah, they're getting him some air, and now he's going to come in, picks up a first down. 3 straight direct snaps to Dion Bryant, get the Flying Dutchman a first down. The big play, of course, was the run by the quarterback. Bryant still in on the direct snap. They stay in a Wildcat in the first and goal. Direct to Bryant. Bryant to the left. And he's not going to get there. Second down.
Yeah, they're just saying, hey, we're going to line up. We're going to snap it to our running back. See if you can stop us.
I'm going to go on about 99% that he's not going to throw it.
I think we have an LVC player down. Official timeout.
We'll keep it here. It's 21 for Eastern, 7 for LVC. They're knocking on the door. And the big run was the QB quarterback for LVC, who ran himself out of the game. He was gassed.
Yeah, he needs to do some extra wind sprints. But that was a long run. Good job by TJ Austin chasing him down.
QB back in there. Klitsch out of the gun. Looking. Now he rolls. He's under pressure, and he'll just toss it away. And that'll bring up a third down.
Interesting call. To roll out to your left, throw it to the short side, and have nothing there. So they'll show they're not afraid to throw it down here with only 4 yards to go.
Good play there by number 11, Denzel Dunbar, not letting him get outside. Denzel had a really good game last week, but he kept contained, made the quarterback throw it out of bounds. Good job.
So third down. Klitsch. Grimla is right. Direct to Klitsch. Klitsch keeps the football straight up ahead, and he crosses the plane, and he is into the end zone, and it is a touchdown for LVC.
Yeah, it's a good answer by LVC. Eastern has that long drive, makes it 21-7, and then LVC gets the ball back. Thought he had the quarterback back here, and he springs loose for, I think, a 60, 70-yard run there. LVC we knew this game wasn't going to be easy. They're a good team. They're well coached. So it's going to be up to the offense when they get the ball back to have another long sustaining drive to try to get some points on the board.
98 is Brian Dim. The snap, the hold, the kick up, and the kick is good. And LVC answers with a touchdown And now 21-14, Eastern up by 7. Back in a moment.
The One Big Beautiful Bill was recently enacted by Congress. Many provisions such as no tax on tips and no tax on overtime can help reduce tax liability for many taxpayers. Are you unsure how the provisions of the bill will impact your taxes? Want to avoid any unforeseen surprises when filing your 2025 tax returns? Then you need to contact the tax professionals at Mankowski Associates CPA LLC. They will review your returns and provide guidance on how the changes will impact your return. They can be reached at 215-682-7366. And be sure to mention Eastern University for special discounts. That's 215-682-7366.
And back here across the JAKIB Sports Network, 15, Chris Rivera will come up and take the football at the 2-yard line. He's coming out 10, 15, 20. Rivera straight up, still on his feet, gets out to the 30-yard line. Good return again by Chris Rivera. Not as spectacular as the 98-yard return, which was called back on the hold. But nevertheless, the offense will start on a 1st down and 10 from their own 30.
Something we were talking about last week was with Alvernia and their recruiting. LVC, almost their whole roster, it's from within a 2 to 2.5 hours of this campus, which means they're going to Berks, they're going to Schuylkill, they're going to Lancaster. And, we're sort of in that area of these schools being close to each other.
Now on a 1st down and 10 for the offense. That's Justin Nicolopoulos. Knocked out of bounds over at the 35-yard line. No more than that. They're going to put him out at the 37-yard line. Call it 2nd down. 2nd down and 3. Nab has Johnson in the backfield. From his own 37. Fake to Johnson. Nab's going to keep the football. And he crosses the 40-yard line. Good for a 1st down. They move the sticks. 1st down. They mark him short. So the knee must have hit down at the 39-yard line. A yard short, 3rd and a yard. Third down. Let's see what Nab will do. Johnson hit, stop, but he gets the extra effort, and he picks up the 1st down. Curtis Johnson. Not today, boys, as he bangs forward and gets the 1st down.
That's a big 1st down in this game. And the reason they marked that back for Brett was he slid, right? So they mark it when he starts to slide. Big 3rd down conversion there by Curtis Johnson and this Eastern University offense.
We're down to 2:30 in the 3rd. And, that could have been called when he slid. He also got hit up top.
Now on a 1st down, Terry. Here comes Johnson again. Out to the 43-yard line. 2nd down. 21-14. Jeremiah Avrillian back in for the offense. Now you have Johnson, Avrillian, and Nab. A triple threat in for Eastern. Nab. He's going to roll to the far side of the field. Flag comes in. Pass is complete to Johnson. Hit immediately short of the sticks. And a flag comes in as soon as the football was snapped. And that'll be a hold against Eastern. I was just going to say, can you hold that quickly on?
He threw it right away.
I mean, the football was snapped and the flag came in.
Is this the same umpires last week? Because I'll tell you, the penalty calls last week were, I think Eastern had 100 called against them and Alvernia won. So that came in pretty quick.
So the holding call against the offense pushes the offense all the way back to their own 31-yard line. They got to get to the 49 of LVC to pick up the first down. Now Nab puts the football down. Not much at all. Out to the 35-yard line. And that'll bring up a fourth down. Yeah, is that Marco? They corrected it. It's third down.
I don't have a whole lot of 3rd and 16.
So how much time up there on the clock, Burn? Bend your hand around. Tell me what you got. How much?
45 seconds.
Under a minute to play. Nab out of the gun on his own 30. Frank's in motion. They give us to Johnson, and he doesn't get anything, and it'll bring up a fourth down.
So we're relying here on John Westfield to get a big punt here, try to flip this field. You got Sean McNamara snapping, but this is when John needs to have a good drop and just unleash a bomb.
So 3 quarters in the books here on a Saturday afternoon across the JAKIB Sports Network. We're glad you're with us. Eastern 21, LVC 14. Good football game, back and forth here to go in the third quarter. 2 big plays by your quarterbacks today as Nab had a big run, big play, and then Logan Klitsch on that last possession for LVC. The big 6'2", 200-pound quarterback rumbled his way all the way down and put them in a position to convert a score, which they did. And that's where we stand right now. Westfield will come in to punt when play resumes and the fourth quarter gets underway.
And Krause, you're exactly right. Just a really good MAC game. And this is exactly what you expect when you're in the MAC, right? Especially away. It's never going to be easy, but Eastern's been playing really well. This is going to be one of those times where the offense has been stepping up today, but so is the defense. The defense needs to step up. But special teams right now, John Westfield needs to get off a good punt here, and then the defense needs to come out and get a 3-and-out.
So John Westfield standing at his 20. First play of the fourth quarter, a punt from Westfield. Snap clean to Westfield. See if Grimm has a chance to return on at his own 15-yard line. Takes it at the 16. Good coverage by Eastern. Short return, 16 out to the, really get out to the 26-yard line, 25-yard line, where LVC will come out and take over first down and 10.
Good punt there by Westfield. And then love to see Sean McNamara, this long snapper, get down there in coverage. Good job by special teams unit.
Trey Freeman, number 22, on the return for LVC. Logan Klitsch, the quarterback, brings out the offense. They start a first down and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Klitsch, he's firing. He's got an open man, and he's got him, and he's wide open down at the 45, crosses midfield, down at the 45, 40-yard line, and finally run up out of bounds as Klitsch hits his man, Drew Campbell, and Campbell was wide open.
Corner had his eyes on the fake pitch and just didn't turn fast enough to get to the pass.
So first down and 10. Big shot from Klitsch to Campbell. First and 10 inside the Eastern 40 now. Right to left for LVC. Klitsch is going to keep the football. Crosses 35. It's down to the 32-yard line on the first down carry. Call it second down. Good gain for the junior quarterback. Second down 4. 6-yard gain. Eastern leading 21-14. Settle in. Cleach. Bryant on the carry off to the right side. Nothing there for Bryant. Bateman again on the stop for Eastern.
This is one of those big third downs that Eastern needs to come up big because they might be in 4-down territory. So it might be 2 plays that they're going to need to stop this offense.
Here we go. Klitsch out of the gun. Rolls to his left. And then he shovels the football to number 22. Freeman again.
Yeah, he saw that the other night. Josh Allen did that in the Thursday night game against the Dolphins. Running outside, you think he's going to run, and then he just underhands it to the receiver. Good play there by the quarterback and the running back.
22 is Trey Freeman on the end of that. There is an Eastern player down on the field. It's like Chris Forte. 13:04 remaining, fourth quarter. Eastern trying to hold on. Eastern 21. LVC 14. You're listening to Eastern University football across the JAKIB Sports Network. We'll pause for 45 seconds and come back. When we come back, the Flying Dutchman in possession of the football. Back in a moment.
The One Big Beautiful Bill was recently enacted by Congress. Many provisions such as no tax on tips and no tax on overtime can help reduce tax liability for many taxpayers. Are you unsure how the provisions of the bill will impact your taxes? Want to avoid any unforeseen surprises when filing your 2025 tax returns? Then you need to contact the tax professionals at Mankowski Associates CPA LLC. They will review your returns and provide guidance on how the changes will impact your return. They can be reached at 215-682-7366. And be sure to mention Eastern University for special discounts. That's 215-682-7366.
And back here live on the JAKIB Sports Network, LVC with a first down and 10. Bryant on the carry. He gets to the outside, short side of the field. Good positive yards. Dion Bryant again. And they're moving the football. Bryant run up out of bounds down at the 20-yard line of Eastern. Second down. Bryant again, he'll line up to the left side of Klitsch. Snap, Klitsch, rolling, pressure, wide open, pass down into the end zone. It's caught in the corner of the end zone, and it's a touchdown. LVC. Dion Bryant in the corner of the end zone, and a good-looking pass from the junior quarterback, and this game is within 1 point of being tied up.
Swing pass to the back out of the backfield. He was never covered. So it was either a breakdown in coverage or miscommunication, but he came out of the backfield untouched and stayed that way.
Yeah, you got to tip your hat to LVC. You know, they keep battling, and now it's about to be a tie game, but, you know, this is a typical game in the MAC. So Eastern needs to get the ball back and have a long sustaining drive and get some points.
98 is Brian Dim in for the extra point to tie it up. The kick is up, the hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And this game is now tied. We got a football game here, Coach.
Well, there's definitely a momentum swing here. The best way to calm that down on the road is to go right down the field, eat up some clock, score, take the lead. But there's definitely a momentum swing right now.
And what really they need is a big return by Rivera, no laundry on the field, get some good starting position, good starting field position, and then obviously the offense have a long sustaining drive, get some points, whether 3 or 7. Obviously, we always know 7 is preferred, but the offense needs to come through here. They need to get the energy back on the eastern sideline because right now it's all the momentum is all on the LVC sideline right now.
The last drive we played behind the sticks, which is something we haven't done much of this year. So let's forget about it. And it's a new series. Eat up the clock and let's move the ball.
So back deep for Eastern. Rivera, but if the football hit off of Dom Franks and Eastern catches a break because 87 Dom Franks, the football hit off of him, but Eastern recovers and they'll start 1st and 10 at their own 40.
So that's the first part of it. Good job by Dom Franks. That kind of surprised him. I don't think that kicker was trying to kick it like that. Great field position to start.
They got tired of Rivera.
Yeah, so I guess they tried to squib it, but I'm glad it hit Dom because they get the ball at the 40-yard line. Good starting position here for the Eastern University offense.
Nab fakes to Jeremiah. Brilliant. Keeps the football up the center. Couple yards for Nab. Call it 2nd down. Time for this offense to get going. Nab will get 2. Call it 2nd down and 8. Big possession for Eastern. Second down and 8 of Brilliant will be to the left of Nab. And a false start penalty is marked off against Eastern. 5-yard step off, still 2nd down and a lot more.
And that's what Bernie's talking about. Now they're playing behind the sticks, and they haven't been doing that right, shooting themselves in the foot. So, again, this is a key offensive possession here for the Eastern University offense. They need to get a big first down here.
2nd down and 13 for Eastern. Game tied at 21. Jeremiah to the right of Nab. Direct snap to Nab. Not much at all for Nab on a 2nd down and 13. So 4 for Nab. This is a big 3rd down. We'll see what play comes in. All the playmakers are out. Nab's out of the gun. Oh, brilliant there. Screen pass to Smith. And the Sikh's got it. And he came so close to busting it out. Nasik Smith, but he's pulled down short of midfield. It's now 4th down. What are you doing, Coach?
Handing it to number 3.
4th down, and Eastern again on a 4th and short will send John Westfield in to punt the football.
Yeah, I mean, they're on their side of the field. You can kind of get that. It would have been nice for them to get that. Maybe you're a little closer, they go for it, but
Westfield handles the snap. Kick bounces inside the 20. It's going to take a good roll. And are they going to get there? And they are not. And almost pinned them down inside the 1. But it's a touchback. And the Dutchmen come out and will start 1st down and 10. With a lot of momentum, Coach.
Warren, with his leg, wouldn't you think we'd want to angle punt that instead of going down the middle? He's such a strong leg. Angle punt it.
All right. 1 is Logan Klitsch. He's their quarterback. 2 is Avery Grimm. Under 10 to play, fourth quarter, game tied up at 21. Klitsch is going to follow. Keeps the football. Runs to the short side. Not much there at all. Bring up a second down.
Salif Nakima and also Jason Bateman and on their stop. So good job there by the defense pursuing this quarterback.
Give him 1, second down and 9. Number 2 on the carry for LVC. That's Avery Grimm. And he finds the hole. Stop short of the line to gain. Call it 3rd and 1. Defense needs to come up with a big stop. 3rd down. Grimm in the backfield to the left. Snap to Klitsch. He keeps the football. He's hit. Crosses over to 30. And he picks up the first down. 1st down and 10 for LVC.
Yeah, again, I mean, the defense needs to come up big here. That was a big first down there by LVC. They're just running the ball. Just need one of these Eastern guys to come up with a big play and get these guys playing behind the sticks instead of the front of the sticks like they're doing.
1st down and 10 now for LVC. In possession. Here comes Grimm. And Eastern's got him. They run him up out of bounds. Nothing there for Grimm. Dunbar on the stop for the defense. Maybe a yard, maybe lost a yard. 2nd down and 11.
And that's what we need right there. Good play by Dunbar on the outside there. 2nd and 11 is a lot better than 2nd and 2 is what they've been having.
26, Deion Bryant now to the right of Klitsch. 2nd down, 11. Klitsch, he's flushed out of the pocket. He rolls to his right. He's running to the far side. He fires the pass, and his pass is complete to Campbell, and that's out of bounds, but not before he picks up the 1st down and a lot more. Alex Vassallo, number 4, has it, and he's out of bounds. 1st down again. They move the sticks.
Yeah, it was a good pitch and catch there. So, sometimes you tip your hat. Good play by the quarterback. Good play by the receiver.
You can feel it inside the building. And that feeling's been here for the entire quarter. Now, Klitsch. Bryant stopped, stays on his feet. It's down to the 45-yard line. Deion Bryant looks like Jeremiah Brilliant, patiently waiting, and then gets 5 yards. 2nd down. Down to 7 minutes. Football on the 45-yard line, eastern side of the 50. And now they adjust the spot, move it to the 44-yard line. 5 yard, 2nd down and 5, Logan Klitsch and the offense. Snap to Klitsch, gives the football. Here comes Deion Bryant again. Bryant hit that time, short game.
Big 3rd down. We're getting close to those 5 plays that matter in the game, and this is a huge 3rd down if we can get a stop here.
So 3rd down. Right on that with that, Coach. Big 3rd down. Let's see if the defense can come up with a stop. Klitsch. Snap. Klitsch rolling. Pass. Fires. Incomplete. Pass was short, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
And I'd be surprised if Chris Thompson goes for it here. I mean, you got to punt. You got to punt it here.
You got to watch for a fake.
Yeah, well, you got to watch for a fake, and you can't go off sides here. So just play it safe. I wouldn't even rush this punter. I would just set up the return here for Justin.
0 set the return.
And if it goes over his head, let it go, Justin.
Justin Nicolopoulos is deep. Big stop for Eastern on that last possession. Punt is high. And Nicolopoulos calls for a fair catch at the 6-yard line.
That's one of those, as a punt returner, you start at the 10. If you take a step backwards, you got to take the chance to let it go over your head and hope it goes into the end zone.
All right, 1st down and 10 for Eastern. You're listening to Eastern University football across the JAKIB Sports Network. 5 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. This game's tied up at 21. Nab in the offense. Back out. 1st down. Snap to Nab. Fakes to Johnson. Nab keeps the football. Not much for Nab. 2nd down.
This is the biggest drive of this young season right here for the offense. They needed a minimum here to flip the field, but points is obviously ideal.
Nab waiting for the call to come in. It's a 2nd down. Johnson and Jeremiah Avrilian in the backfield. Johnson in motion. Snap. Nab keeps again. Not much again that time for Nab. Bring up a 3rd down.
It's a manageable 3rd down here. You don't have to pass it necessarily.
87 is Big Dom Franks. He's in. 3rd down and 4. Nab waiting for the offensive play to come in. He's got it. Avrilian will be to his left. Motion, Smith. Jet sweep is Smith. Does he get to the outside? He does not. And they get Smith behind the line, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
I don't know if I know all of our coaches up here were yelling for horse collar. There looked like there was some discussion on it, but our punt team's on the field. Now you need that big boomer of a leg.
So 97 is John Westfield. He'll be standing inside his end zone. Westfield handles the low snap. Kick bouncing out to the 47. It keeps rolling. Crosses in midfield. And it's down at the 49-yard line of LVC. And that's where the offense will take over. 21-21 with 3 minutes and 26 seconds remaining. And LVC in possession of the football.
Yeah, there's obviously a huge spot for the defense to come up big. They need to get a 3 and out, not even have a 4th down potential here. They need to stick these guys, have them play behind the sticks.
Glitch out, Bryant in. He's in the Wildcat. Standing on the 45. Direct snap to Bryant. Crosses midfield, gets into Eastern territory. Down to the 48-yard line. Eastern player down on the field. Jason Bateman. down at midfield. It'll be a second down when play resumes. And they go back again, Byrne, on that first down to the Wildcat.
Is the Wildcat with the thoughts that they just want to get in field goal range with 3:14 left? Are they really not trying to get down? I don't know. A Wildcat like that tells me they just want to get in field goal range.
I'm really surprised they're going Wildcat, because when you go Wildcat, as you said before, Byrne, 99% that kid's running it. So just it's more easily defendable. Their quarterbacks are good at right. I don't know why they're doing that. So I think that helps Eastern, obviously, because if that kid's back there, just play your zones, play your gap, play your job. Great to see Jason get up, because he's been having a monster game. Great to see him get up and off under his own power.
Doing it again. Unless there's a trick play in this.
So second down, Bateman goes out. It'll be a second down. They line up again with Bryant and the Wildcat. Standing on the 46, direct snap to Bryant, fakes to the right, looks to go to the left. He's patient. He waits, and then he crosses over the 45-yard line. Dion Bryant, and he's brought down at the 43-yard line. He's patient, and he waits until he can see some green, and he got a good positive yardage. It's still, though, third down. 3 straight plays. Bryant again, Wildcats. Direct snap. Now he runs to the right side, tries to cut back up to center. He's going to be short by 2. Salif Nakima stops him short. 4th and 2. Football right now on the 42-yard line. Clock's going to get to the 2-minute warning. You're listening to Eastern University football across the JAKIB Sports Network. Good college football game this afternoon, all tied up, Warren, at 21.
What a great game. I mean, the ebbs and flows of this game, we're watching it right from up here in the press box. Eastern's felt like they're in total control of this game, inserting their will on Lev Val, and then Lev Val, to their credit, come back in the second half, and especially the fourth quarter, and instill their will on Eastern. And now hence we have a 21-21 game.
Coach, what is the Coach Thompson looking to do here on this fourth down?
I don't know if I think his offensive coordinator calls the play. So I'm baffled by the Wildcat. I mean, it's 4th and 1, which are 1.5. I mean, which is certainly manageable. But if you don't make this, we now have a short field. So I don't know. I still think they're just trying to get in field goal range to be safe. Unless one comes back in the game, which he's as good a runner as anyone on the field.
So 4th down, 2 minutes remaining regulation, tied up at 21. Their quarterback, Logan Klitsch, now is in. Bryant and Grimm. Klitsch is under center, first time of the day on the 4th down. First time we've seen him under there. Snaps the football. Bryant, does he get it? They're saying short. Let's wait for the spot. And they do give him the line to gain. And he picks up a first down. Dion Bryant gets the first down. Black on the stop for Eastern. First down now. 1st and 10.
It's really a shame they're not measuring here. I mean, they don't measure anymore. These refs don't measure. That's a shame. When the game's in balance, you got to measure that.
He's going to go downfield and move.
So first down now. Klitsch standing out of the shotgun, Grimm to his left. Snap to Klitsch. He's going to keep the football. And he crosses over the 40-yard line, steps out of bounds down at the 34-yard line. Good first down carry for the quarterback. Second down. 1:28 remaining. Football down to the Eastern 34. Stay with us. LVC in possession. Klitsch, Grimm, carry. Gets up close to the 30-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Close to the line to gain, and he does get it. So they move the sticks. It's another first down. So now on the 30, first down and 10. Logan Klitsch, your quarterback. Grimm to his left. Fake the pitch. Klitsch, pressure. He's forced out of the pocket. Now he keeps the football. He's down at a 15-yard line. Football's out. But he may have been down, and he was. And where are they marking it, Warren? Down at the 16?
Yeah, it looks like 16, and Coach is right. They missed the hold there. It's just really a shame that.
So we'll keep it here. LVC now knocking on the door, in possession of the football. Game tied at 21. What's the time up there, Coach? It's under a minute. It's a first down. What are you running here, Coach?
They're going to keep it on the ground. I can't tell how many timeouts they have either, and I can't tell how many we have from looking at the scoreboard. So I don't think they're going to do anything different here except run the ball. The worst they can do here is a field goal attempt if they get to it.
Yeah, 59 seconds to go. They just updated the scoreboard.
So Klitsch and the offense come out. Avery Grimm will line up to his right. Snap to Klitsch. Nothing there. Defense tightens up. Second down. Thornton on the stop for Eastern. 51 seconds remaining. '98. Brian Dim. Will he come in and make the difference in this game?
Well, it's no gimme from right here. I'll tell you that. This is not a gimme kick. But obviously, defense needs to keep playing stout. Do not give them any more yards. If they're going to run out the clock and they're going to let their kicker kick this long field goal, that's the best out of a bad situation that I think we're looking at here. It's just a shame with some of the officiating. Not to get on the officials, that's not the reason why Eastern's losing this game. But there is a blatant hold right there on that one play that those officials should not miss, and then not to measure on that big crucial fourth down. That's just being lazy. That's just a shame. But Eastern's, they're still grinding here, and hopefully this defense can come up big here.
They're back to the Wildcat.
All right, here we go. Wildcat offense out on the field. 26 is Dion Bryan. 2 is Avery Grimm. It'll be a second down. Snap going directly to Bryant. He's going to follow his blockers. Eastern's there to shut him down and trip him up. He rolls forward. He was tripped up just inside the 20. Cole Jones leading the defensive charge. Now third down. Clock on the move. And now a timeout. 44 seconds remaining.
That was a big play there by Cole Jones, outside linebacker, number 12, coming up the field, tackling the kid by his shoelaces. But still, making that running back not be able to get a full head of steam. No gain or loss. And now, Coach, do you look at which hash mark the kid wants to kick from?
If he's right-footed, he wants to be on that side of the field, and it's Wildcat again. So,
All right, so third down. Wildcat offense for LVC. Bryant, 26. Direct snap to Bryant. Cuts back to the left side. He's going to get to the outside, but they close in on Bryant. And a flag down. And that is going to go against the Eastern defense. Face mask. Oh, my. What's your clock up there, Bern? 35 seconds. Clock stopped.
Yeah, that was just too bad. They had him pinned down and gets outside, and they call a face mask penalty on Eastern's defense. We have an Eastern player down. I'm not sure who that is.
Waiting for the officials to sort everything out. What are you getting here, Coach?
well, see if they're running with the quarterback or Wildcat. They go Wildcat. They're just going to try and run. I don't know that they're necessarily going to try and score. They may just set up for the kick. But we can't stop the clock.
So it'll be first and goal for LVC. Their quarterback, Logan Klitsch, back in. Grimm to his left. Klitsch lined up in the gun. It'll be a first down and goal from the 7. Snap to Klitsch. He's going to keep the football. Forward, not much at all. Down to the 5. LVC takes a timeout. Be second down. Clack again on the stop for Eastern. 39 seconds remaining. Game tied at 21. Go back to the halftime walk-off for Eastern and a strong first half for this football team. A Rivera 98-yard return called back on a hold, and it all now leads to LVC knocking on the door on the Eastern 5.
And Eastern still wants to hold them. They still want to have, if they're going to lose this game, make the kicker beat you. Don't let them run it in on you.
Logan Klitsch. He'll have Grimm lined up behind him. They give the football to Grimm. Not much there. Forte on the stop. And LVC takes a timeout. Football inside the 5.
So, Coach, what's your thoughts on having this? You kick it on third down in case your guy fumbles the snap. Then you have another kicker. Do you run a play here and then kick it on fourth down?
If you don't, you still take the risk of a fumble between a running back or a quarterback or a bad handle, or you get your arm in there and strip it. So, I mean, you risk that. Whereas if you kick it, I mean, the chances of something happening, 16 seconds left. I mean, the play is going to take 6 seconds. So it's dangerous.
Well, it's third down. Logan Klitsch, the quarterback. He's in. Grimm to his left. Third down. Snap to Klitsch. Keeps the football. Tries to get to the outside. He will not, as he is swarmed in. Back to the 5-yard line. LVC takes their final timeout. 2 seconds up on the clock. They actually mark him down at the 6.
And the coach's point there, Salif Nakim almost ripped that ball out of that quarterback's hand. Great job. You know, you always want to see the compete level, right, Coach? This defense is competing still with their backs to the goal line, backs to the end zone here. This would be a great time to dial up a field goal block.
For the win when play resumes for LVC. Number 98, Brian Dim, the senior, to kick the winning field goal. Here we go. Dim. Snap. Down. Kick. Up. And the kick is good. And Brian Dim, the senior, puts it through the upright. And the entire Flying Dutchman bench are mobbing him out at midfield. And LVC gets the win. They win by a field goal, 24-21. Wow.
Yeah, game of two halves, right? I mean, first half, Eastern's up, dominating the offense of long sustaining drives, and then second half, to LVC's credit, they come back and play really well, have a good second half, tie the game up, and then obviously the big field goal at the end, which is a tough pill to swallow for Eastern, but they'll learn from this.
Tough one. Couple self-inflicted wounds, a couple big penalty calls, and that kickoff return coming back. You're talking about 28-14 at that point. It's the way football plays.
What a game on the JAKIB Sports Network today. We thank everybody for being with us. It still comes down in my mind to fueling the momentum change by conceding or fueling the momentum on the LVC side by punting that football and not going for it. We'll ask Coach about it on next week's Coach's Show. But that's what I see as I sit here. There was a tremendous momentum swing, and LVC gets out of here with a 24-21 win.
And that's why coaching is such a tough profession, because you can second guess things if they don't work out. Still, I really love the compete level from Eastern. They came up here to a hostile environment in LVC and a great environment to play a college football game. Played really well, but it's a 4-quarter game, and the fourth quarter, Eastern didn't play as well as they needed to, and there were some swings. You're right, Krause, where they needed a big play and they just didn't come through and get it.
Looking at the stats too, Verilion only touched the ball 7 times in the second half. Ended up with 21 carries. I said he'd probably touch it 25 to 30 times, which maybe he should have touched it 25 to 30 times.
That was my other question in that second half, where Jeremiah did not, and there were many situations and plays where Nab's taking the football and running the
113 yards, but he only touched it 7 times.
But Nab's taking the football in that second half on second down and long, third down and long, and he's running the football. I don't get the call.
Yeah, he ended up with 14 carries, 62 yards. I mean, Verillion's your workhorse. And don't stop something that ain't broken. And I mean, he had a great first half. He's shifty. He runs hard. I mean, I'm not second guessing coaches. I'm just saying, 4 more carries or 6 more carries may be the difference on. And then you go back to, could you have gone for 4th and a yard and a half? Should we angle punt it instead of kicking it down the middle? I mean, we left 2 4th downs go where we would have given them a 50-yard field. We didn't go for them. So, and that's coaching. We're sitting up here. It's easy to make that decision, but I probably would have gone for some of those, and I definitely would have stuck the ball in Jeremiah's hand more.
So again, the final score, Eastern loses this afternoon. Thank you for being a part of the JAKIB Sports Network. I do want to update everybody tuning in, listening, watching the game today. Don't forget, on October 11th, the first ever college game day, we start at 8 a.m. in the big parking lot, in the big open field. All of the Eastern teams will be there. All kinds of great stuff going on. It's a 2-hour, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., and we want all the parents and everybody to come out for that.
Absolutely. I can't wait. We're going to have the band out there, the dance team. Just really a lot of support from Eastern to do this. So we're really looking forward to having that platform for all the student athletes at Eastern, as well as obviously the football team that's going to have a big game that day against Del Val. We still have to go up to Kings next week, right? We have a road trip next week, and hopefully they can even their schedule up in the MAC. That's going to be a really tough game up at Kings. But again, this is going to be a tough loss, a tough pill to swallow for Eastern when you're up 21-7 and then you lose 24-21. Again, you always, Coach and I are always going to look at the positives, and it's a learning process for this team. Still, they're only in Team 3, but I know they expected to win this game, and to drive down the turnpike in a loss is going to be bittersweet for them.
Well, your final score, LVC 24, Eastern 21. I apologize for my voice. We did the best that we could under the circumstances. I'll see you tomorrow in the green zone as I bring you all of the action from down at the link, the Eagles and the Rams. I got to get my voice. I got to shut down tonight. No more talking, Warren, on the way home.
Here, I'm just going to say, to all the listeners out there, we were 5 minutes away from having the LVC guys do this game. And to Joe's credit of getting us on air, and obviously the LVC radio crew of providing us some equipment, this old tin can microphone that we've been using with no headsets and everything. Just really a privilege to bring these games to all the people that listen, but mainly important to give the platform to these kids out there and the coaching staff of Eastern. It's a great program to be associated with, and we just love being part of it. And it's always tough after a tough loss, but I'm glad we got the show on the air tonight, and hopefully Krause is going to feel a little better on the way home with his voice.
All right, so good stuff. Thanks, everyone, for being a part of it. That's going to do it for this live broadcast across the JAKIB Sports Network. Eastern loses today on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon, 24 for LVC, 21 for Eastern. Don't forget, coming up on Thursday, the Coaches Show across the JAKIB Sports Network. We'll go one-on-one and get all the answers from head coach Billy Crocker. See you next time, everyone.